First up, viewers, the Indian judiciary is under cloud and the apex court has now accepted corruption and released the footage of the stash of cash that was found at Justice Yashwant Varma's residence. It's a big Republic TV impact. Take a look at this report.
The Indian judiciary is under cloud as the apex court has now accepted corruption. The Supreme Court has made the entire 25-page inquiry report public. Over the huge stash of cash at Delhi High Court Judge Yashwant Varma's residence. According to the report, Justice Varma has unequivocally stated that no cash was ever placed in a storeroom of the house, either by him or any of his family members, and strongly denounced the suggestion that the alleged cash belonged to his family members. In his letter to the Delhi High Court Chief Justice, Justice Yashwant Varma said that the room remained unlocked and was accessible from the front gate. Justice Varma further mentioned in the letter that the room was completely disassociated from living areas of the residence, and no cash ever placed in that storeroom. The inquiry report submitted by Delhi High Court Chief Justice D.K. Upadhyay also contained material which say 4 to 5 semi-burnt stacks of Indian currency were found. The 25-page inquiry report also contained the videos and photographs of the firefighting operation at Justice Varma's residence on Holy Night, during which the cash was discovered. The corruption in the Indian judiciary stands exposed, and burned notes speak volumes. The Indian judiciary is now under cloud over the biggest cash scandal, and now the burning question is, what action will be taken against Justice Yashwant Varma?
Viewers, we also spoke to lawyer Satish Manish Shinde about the entire case, about how cash stash was found at Delhi High Court judge's residence. Here's what he had to say.
Satish Manishinde, your first comments. Republic TV accesses the video. You and I, sir, were on a debate yesterday with Arnab Goswami on the panel, and several people were asking us about the unaccounted cash. Today, the video is out. What I can
say is that with a video of this nature, the Chief Justice of India or any person would not require any proof. All that I would do, if I were in his position, would order the CBI to take over the investigation before further destruction of evidence takes place. There have been several attempts made by the concerned fire department officers and the police. Yesterday, it was shameful to see the police officer coming on the TV to say that there was nothing recovered there, which was objectionable. So the fire department as well as the police department are trying to shield the case which has opened up Pandora's box. And if certain cash has been recovered or has been found to be in a burning situation in the official residence of a judge or the Delhi High Court, no more proof is necessary to conduct any inquiry. All his explanations are all defensive. He is the authorized occupant of that building, the bungalow, and the entire premises, including the servants' quarter. So he is in charge of all these premises. There is no more investigation necessary or preliminary inquiry necessary to go through this investigation. If any time is lost in conducting a further investigation, there will be tampering of evidence.
I just want to understand from you, can there be an investigation by the CBI at this point of time without orders from the Chief Justice of India?
No, the Chief Justice of India can order. He has the option to conduct an inquiry or order an investigation. So he should choose the second option of ordering an investigation. The inquiry is going to take its own time. Why should he even afford a chance to this delinquent judge to give any explanation? It has been found in his bungalow. What more proof do you want?
Yes.
Had it been a narcotics case or a corruption case outside the judiciary, everybody in that bungalow would have been arrested by now.
Absolutely. Satish Manishinde, I want to ask you one more question. In fact, now there's an independent inquiry that is looking into the matter. I also want to ask you then, now that the independent inquiry of judges is looking into the matter, do you think that can go parallel with the CBI investigation that can be ordered?
Well, when an inquiry has to take place, in the normal case, the accused is afforded an opportunity during investigation to ask him to send his written reply and the Chief Justice to send a report, and thereafter the inquiry committee to be conducted by the orders of the Chief Justice is all time consuming and waste of time. This is an open and shut case.
Hmm. I also want to then draw your attention to what Justice Varma has told the Delhi High Court Chief Justice in his written reply. He has said that he believes that this is a conspiracy against him, and he first disbelieved there was any cash. When the video was shown to him, he said there is a conspiracy against him.
But first of all, how can a delinquent keep giving his explanation in an inquiry of this nature, particularly when he has been caught red-handed with cash in his own bungalow? Whether it is an outhouse or any other room, he has to explain how it reached there when he is investigated and arrested. This is a clear case of arrest, and I don't think any authority, including the Chief Justice of India, should waste any more time in conducting any inquiry. This is my prima facie opinion. After 42 years of criminal practice, in a normal case, even if it was a minister, a cabinet minister, he would have been in custody by now.
Sir, so I just want to understand from you, as one of the country's topmost criminal lawyers practicing in this field for the longest time, when cash is found at the residence of the Delhi High Court judge, and now an inquiry is going to be conducted by judges. In the meantime, the Delhi High Court Chief Justice has been told no judicial work will be given to him. Under the law of the country, what should be done?
Any person being found in cash in excessive of the permissible limit according to the income tax, he cannot even make an explanation as to how he was found with. You have seen all around the country that people who are found with more than 50 to 60 lakhs of rupees have been straight away arrested and paraded before the magistrate. Why should we make a why should we differentiate this case? He is a common citizen of the country. It's okay that he is a constitutional authority. He should have known that his bungalow that he occupies cannot be used for storing 15 crores of rupees.
Absolutely. And in fact, this is something that we at Republic strongly believe in. A lot of people yesterday spoke against the collusion, but the larger picture is that a constitutional authority should also know the constitutional obligations and duties that are there, and they are bound by, sir.
The protection granted to these judges is being misused. This is one of the classic cases where you can see with proof that the protection granted to the judges is being misused, and he must be treated like any other common accused in this case. No protection should be granted to him. What explanation can he have about 15 crores seized in his house? He is not a businessman to, withdraw this kind of amount from 30 to 40 companies and store it in his house. And I'm sure there are a large number of people who are involved in this corruption, and they should be all paraded before the court of law. It's high time that the judiciary is cleansed. There are black sheep in our country, in the judiciary, and it is increasing day by day. This should come to an end. If you go to Delhi in the corridors of the court, you will realize how corrupt the system has become.
Sir, we are saying that this is one of the most shocking things that has come out in decades in the judiciary. It couldn't have even come out if the furor that had been caused after we put out questions to the fire department yesterday. And
judiciary is always held on a pedestal, but that thing has gone now. 50 years back or 60 years back, you could say that the entire judiciary is honest. Long time back, the Chief Justice of India, former Chief Justice of India, Justice Bharucha, had gone on stage in Bangalore to say that 30 to 40% of judiciary is corrupt. Higher you go, higher is the corruption, according to me. So therefore, this has to be put an end to, and no tolerance in our country anymore to corruption.
Sir, and Satish Manishinde, I also want to ask you the larger question here. If he does say it's a conspiracy, how is this to be proven? Because if you see the visual that we are putting out, there is cash, there are stashes and stashes and stashes of cash in that video. It's not a little bit of money that we're just talking
it is
about.
an absurd argument to say that there is a conspiracy. Because first of all, who is going to place 15 crores? You can place 5 to 6 lakhs of rupees, which is enough to see that the person is convicted. But why will somebody put in 15 crores of rupees? It's unheard of. Very bad defense. If the law is that if a bad defense has been propagated by an accused, he should be treated very harshly in a court of law. With this, I'll conclude. Thank you very much. It's quite late in the night. All the
Satish
best to you.
Manishinde, I just want you to be with us for 2 minutes because Arnab Goswami, our editor-in-chief, is also going to be joining us in just a minute. So I just for 2 more minutes so that I can just have him also join us before that. I also want to tell you the Delhi High Court Chief Justice has written the letter to the Chief Justice of India
Well,
where
the Chief
he
Justice
said,
has done whatever is permissible under the law, but
yes,
he must take a bold step to order an investigation forthwith. With this, I will conclude. Thank you and good night.
Satish Manishinde, if you can hear me, if you can be with us for just 2 more minutes because our editor-in-chief,
It's not very
Arnab
audible.
Goswami is going to be joining us in just a minute. Okay, I don't think he can hear me. So, okay, viewers, I just want to say that Satish Manishinde has given some lessons in criminal law before he had to go. But very interesting what he said. He did say that in a case of this kind, even for a politician, it would have led to immediate arrest because who can explain this kind of cash having been found at their place? Viewers, if we can just take a step back and once again just stay with that visual that we are looking at, that visual of that unaccounted cash that has been found at the residence, how can this be explained off? How can this defense having been taken by the judge be explained? In fact, as we're going to try and okay, I want to once again go across to our editor-in-chief, Arnab Goswami, who's joining us on the phone line. Arnab, we just had Satish Manishinde with us, who made a lot of very valid, critical, prima facie criminal law points when he said even if there was a politician who in whose residence such cash had been found, he would have immediately been arrested. No protection should be even given to constitutional authorities in such cases when unaccounted cash is found.
Yes, Rhythm, one more point I want to add. I'm afraid Mr. Manishinde left before I could join, and I'm just coming in for a minute. In the letter of the Delhi High Court Chief Justice, he puts on record that he informed the... Yeah, Mr. Manishinde, are you there? Arnab here.
Yes, Arnab.
Mr. Manishinde, just one point I wanted to add. I heard what you said. That in the letter of the Delhi High Court Chief Justice, he puts on record the fact that he had a word and immediately informed the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court once he was informed about this burning cash by the Delhi Police Commissioner. Therefore, what is more worrying for me is that the Supreme Court Chief Justice knew about this matter since around the 14th itself. And that raises more questions on what the actions of the Supreme Court Collegium and what the actions of the Supreme Court Chief Justice in particular were. How do you view this?
Well, Arnab, here is a case which is open and shut. Cash has been found in a judge's official bungalow. Whether it is an outhouse or in the main bungalow, I'm not concerned. But the premises is occupied by the Chief Justice, by the judge of the Delhi High Court. So with this kind of evidence, there's a clear case for corruption case being made out under the Prevention of Corruption Act. And with this kind of a defense by the judge that somebody is trying to fix me and it's a conspiracy against me is a useless defense according to me. And never heard of such a defense in a court of law in the last 42 years, particularly coming out from a judge who is a former senior advocate designated by the UP High Court. It's a very hollow defense put up by him. But the stage of defense would come when he is arraigned in a court and when he's asked to defend himself after the prosecution completes his evidence. Prima facie,
Should he have been?
cash has been found in the bungalow.
Should he not
The
have been arrested?
official residence is of the judge. There is no explanation as to how it landed there.
Yes.
That will be investigated by the police. This should be investigated by the cops immediately without wasting any further time.